Hey, how's everyone doing? Today I'm going to be showing you how to do the Gorod Krovi Easter egg solo and co-op. Before we get started, there are multiple things you're going to need to do that are required and can be completed at the same time, but to prevent confusion, I'll show you how to do them all individually. Doing this Easter egg will give you the fourth and final gate worm needed to do the super Easter egg in the main menu. Also, for the boss fight, I recommend bringing the in plain sight gobblegum, and for certain steps, the undead man walking gobblegum. I'll explain why a little bit later, but just know that you should definitely bring those. So let's get started. To start, we need to turn on the power and open our way up to Pack-a-Punch. Power is located in the Dragon Command area of the map right here, and while you're here, if you look at this giant screen, you'll notice the layout of the entire map is here, and if you ever have to go to a location but don't know where it is, you can look for it here. To start on Pack-a-Punch, there are 3 dragons you can use to fly to Pack-a-Punch's location, but you need to provide power to each of the terminals. When you kill zombies, they have a chance to drop a core. They will do this relatively early on, but can take you until about round 5 or 6 to collect them all, and you'll only be able to hold one at a time. The red core goes inside Tank Station at this terminal, the yellow core goes inside Supply Depot at this terminal, and the blue core goes inside Dragon Command at this terminal. Each time you place down a core in the terminals, a Groff module will fall out of the sky and land in the map. You need to find it and protect it, but this is easy because when it falls, there's a massive green beam that you can see in the sky to determine where it went. The module also acts as a soul box, and when you get enough kills, the middle section will open, revealing a part that you can pick up. In total, you'll need to do this 3 times, grabbing 3 different parts from the modules, and when you collect all 3, take them underground in the operations bunker to this generator and place all 3 of your parts down. After doing this, all 3 dragons on the map will be able to be ridden to Pack-a-Punch by interacting with these terminals in Dragon Command, Tank Station, and Supply Depot. Even though you can ride them, don't do that just yet because we can do 2 more things while we're here. Firstly, getting the shield is a must for a later step and is really helpful for dragons. There are 3 parts and each part has 3 different spawn locations. The red spine can be found next to Jug on this chair, on this truck's door outside, or in the operations bunker on this shelf. The visor can be found in the armory on the 3rd floor here, on the 2nd floor here, and on the 1st floor down this walkway. The head can be found to the left of Stamina in the infirmary, on this bunk bed on the 2nd floor of the infirmary, and pressed up against this wall on the 1st floor. When you've collected all 3 parts, you can bring them to the workbench in the operations bunker to build it. The second thing is spinning the mystery box for good weapons in the Raygun MK3. The Raygun is a must-have weapon simply because without it, your entire run becomes 10 times harder, but is not required for any actual Easter egg steps. Now you're ready to ride the dragon to Pack-a-Punch. Go to any one of the terminals and wait for the dragon to fly down. When it does, if you run up to it and hold your interact button, you'll be flipped to 3rd person and watch a really cool cutscene of you flying through the battle. When you get to Pack-a-Punch, there are a few things we're going to do here, and firstly, we need to do a lockdown in here that will allow us to get the dragon strikes, and this is required. To start this, come upstairs into this room and interact with this machine. When the lockdown starts, there are 3 areas where steel windows will open and there will be 4 waves. The first 3 waves are random as to which windows will open, so the first wave could be upstairs or downstairs on the left or right. The 4th wave will open all the windows and you'll be attacked from everywhere. For this, I usually camp upstairs in this corner and it's super easy. When all 4 waves are done, come back to the machine to pick up your Dragon Strike controller. The second thing we can do here is pick up the challenge egg required to get the Gauntlet of Siegfried. To grab this, come down to the basement all the way at the back and shoot it. This will allow it to drop and you can pick it up. To get back to the main map, you can drop down through this sewer next to where you picked up the egg, and you'll be transported back to spawn. When you get back to the main map, we now need to get a dragon to breathe fire on the egg. Come over to Dragon Command and place down the egg here and wait around for a dragon to breathe fire in its location, and when it does, you need to go a full round to let it cool down. So end your round and then go through one more round. After that, you can pick the egg back up. When you do this, there are going to be 3 challenges you have to do that are the same in every game, but it will not tell you what the challenges are or on what order they have to be done in. That's where I come in to tell you that this is super easy, and the first challenge is to kill 10 zombies that are on fire. To do this, just get a dragon to breathe fire over a horde and then kill that horde. The second challenge is to get 10 penetration kills, so go get a sniper from the box and kill kill 2 zombies with 1 bullet 10 times. The final challenge is to get 10 melee kills. For this, either get the Bowie knife or you can use the shield and just kill zombies using melee. Each time you complete a challenge, the progress bar on the egg in your scoreboard will move up. Now you need to go back to the Pack-a-Punch area and incubate the egg in this machine in the basement. When you place the egg, it will start a small lockdown blocking your way back to the map with a grate, and you need to fill the egg with souls. Just do this until souls stop going to the machine and the grate on top of the sewer will lift up. At this point, you need to go 2 full rounds to let the egg cool down. When 2 rounds have passed, you can pick the egg back up and come over to spawn. In the spawn over here to the left, there are challenges you can look at. You don't have to do them, but look at the bottom challenge and interact with it if you've done everything up to this point. This will give you the Gauntlet of Siegfried. When you've done all that, we can start the real first step, and to start, come back to Pack-a-Punch, and in the basement there will be a generator you can turn on by killing a Valkyrie drone next to it. You'll know it's on because the green tarp will be flowing with the wind and a glow will be seen inside. After you turn it on, try not to end the round, because if you do, you'll need to turn it on again, but this time you'll just need to press this button. When you do turn it on, we need to get a code cylinder, but there are going to be 6 valves in the main map that you need to find in order to get the cylinder. There is one in Tank Station on the bottom floor, there's one on the 3rd floor of the department store, there's one behind this bunk bed in the infirmary, the next one is in the armory near the train bridge, there's one in the supply depot near the back, and finally in Dragon Command on the top right balcony. Now if you look at this picture here off Mr. Rafflewaffle's website Kronorium, which I will also have linked down in the description, it tells you to look for a valve that has a pink code cylinder inside of it and a valve that has a green light. It also tells you where the valves are located too if you get lost. Your only job is to find those 2 valves and input them into the website. Keep in mind that it will be different in every game as to where they are located, and at this point it will tell you which number every other valve needs to be on. So you need to go back to all of them and change the number it's on to the number it needs to be set to. Then you'll be able to pick up your code cylinder wherever you found it. So here's an example. In my game, the green light was in Dragon Command, and the cylinder was in the department store. So I input both of those on the website and it told me to change Dragon Command to 1, Supply Depot to 2, Armory to 2, Tank Station to 1, Infirmary to 1, and Department Store is where we will end, so I can then pick up my code cylinder there. When you get your cylinder, place it inside of Sophia in Dragon Command. To her left, a door will open and you need to spell the word Kronos by shooting each dial with a bullet gun. But be careful because Widow's wine grenades and electric cherry can also affect the dials and make them turn. So stand at a safe distance away. When you've spelled it, confirm the password with Sophia, then you're on to step 2. For this step, we need to find 6 trophies hidden around the map. The first trophy can be grabbed by coming to Pack-a-Punch and leaving immediately. When you're in the sewer, at some point, there will be a red light above you and you'll need to shoot it to make it green. There's no real problem if you miss, just try again until you notice and see it turn green. When you do get it to turn green, go back to Pack-a-Punch and the trophy will be sitting in this toilet behind the stairs. The next trophy will be in front of Dragon Command on this statue. Just shoot it and it will fall right here for you to pick up. The third trophy can be found in Tank Station and you'll want to come to this window with your shield pulled out and blast it. A trophy will pop out on the floor. The fourth trophy can be found in Supply Depot by activating this trap and waiting for the robot to finish with its laser eyes. When it does, the trophy will be in the floor where it was firing. The fifth trophy is right outside of Supply Depot in this corner. Just use your Dragon Strike controller over this puddle and trophy will come out. The last trophy can be grabbed by coming down to the operations bunker and pulling out your gauntlet. Release the mini dragon and melee this safe door for it to open. Then you can grab the trophy inside. When you get all 6, take them over to the map inside of Dragon Command and place them down. Sophia will talk for a bit and a red button will now turn green in front of the map. Now we're ready for step 3. This step is going to have you complete 6 different challenges that correspond to the 6 trophies. And we're going to go from left to right, but keep in mind that this is just the order that I'm explaining them in, but the order is in fact random in every game except for one. One of them will always be last, so I will cover it last. Also note that if you fail a challenge, you will not be able to start it again until you flip around. If you complete one successfully, you can continue to keep doing them on the same round until you fail. To know which challenge you're on, the trophy will be highlighted by a light. The first trophy is Saturn. Interact with the green button and the challenge will begin. Your job is to find Gersh from Ascension and shoot him until he stops moving. You'll need to do this 3 times in a row and it is timed. With the Raygun MK3, this is very easy and finding him is the hard part. When you're close to him, he'll make a noise and he'll leave a trail of light behind him if you see him, but when you do see him, shoot him with the raygun and he'll stop to say something. Just as he is about to finish, start spamming your raygun and he'll stop in the same exact place. Just do this one more time, then come over to Dragon Command and wait for him to arrive. Sophia will send him to his death and you'll be able to do the next challenge. The second trophy is a nuke, and for this, interact with the button and the map will flash all the locations a couple times, then run through all of them individually really fast once. This is where you need to pay really close attention because this can end your game in co-op and will end your game in solo. The locations will flash again, but this time a little bit slower, and in co-op, someone has to remember the order in which the locations flashed and write them down or record them, or something that allows you to remember which order that they were flashed in. In solo, you can pause after every flash and write them down like I've been doing here. I've also heard that recording a voice memo works as well. When you get your order from all 6 locations, you have 3 minutes to go defuse a bomb in those 6 locations. The Dragon Command bomb is upstairs to the left here. Supply depot is right in the entrance on this wall. Armory is next to the window on the very bottom floor. Infirmary is on this pillar next to the stairs going down to the operations bunker. Tank station is all the way at the top to the left in this room, and department store is underneath the stairs on the first floor. The reason this can end your game in solo or co-op is because if you get the order wrong, all the bombs will explode, and if you're near, you'll die. If you get them all right, then congratulations, because that really wasn't stressful or anything like that. The third trophy is the Mangler. To start the challenge, press the button and a green-eyed Mangler will spawn into the map. You need to find it and escort it back to Dragon Command, but he will attack you and zombies will not attack him. The hardest part about this is trying to find him. The most common locations will be in the tank station, in the armory, in the department store, or in the supply depot, but he can really spawn anywhere. Those are just the most common spots. When you do find him, you can shoot his arm off to make him sprint, but be super careful because if he dies, you'll fail and you'll need to do it again. Also be careful of Widow's wine grenades and electric cherry too, because those can kill him as well. And if you don't want to risk it, you can just get Undead Man walking to slow zombies down around him while escorting him to this area of Dragon Command. You also need to stay super close to him or he'll turn around and run back to where he spawned. When he gets here, a magnet will bring him up and you can start the next challenge. The fourth trophy is the Valkyrie. Start it by pressing the button and run all the way over to spawn. In this corner, a Valkyrie with no arms will be seen outside the map and you will need to escort it back to Dragon Command in the same area as the Mangler. Zombies will attack you and you need to stay as close to the Valkyrie as possible to get him to move. For this, if you use your Raygun MK3 and only use the orb effect, this does no damage to zombies and only slows them down, which is really useful for keeping them behind you, or you can just get Undead Man walking again. When he gets to Dragon Command, bring him here and he'll disappear into the ceiling, then you can start your next challenge. The sixth trophy is the Propeller. To start this, press the button and the map will highlight a location you need to go to. When you get there, a Groff module will appear outside the map and you need to protect it while feeding it souls. This is super easy, and with the Raygun MK3, it helps out a ton here. When the middle of the module opens, you need to pull out the Gauntlet of Siegfried and release your dragon. It will go down there and it will pick up a box, then bring it back to you. Pick it up and bring it back to Sophia and place it in the drawer and the challenge will be completed. Now the fifth trophy is always going to be the last one, and it's going to be the Group 935 logo. To start, once again press the button and a drawer will open underneath the button, revealing a floppy disk. Pick it up and make your way over to Pack-a-Punch. Underneath the stairs there's going to be a computer where you will insert the floppy disk. This will start a download sequence causing a bunch of Manglers to spawn, and there are about 10 of them and you can kill all but one. This will make the download super easy instead of having to train 10 Manglers. When the process bar is full, make sure you kill the last Mangler before you pick up the floppy disk, and then you'll be able to pick the floppy disk back up. Take it back to Sophia and place it in the drawer to complete this last challenge. Step 4 is going to have you wait for Sophia to finish her dialogue. A little door to her right will open up, revealing a power core that you need to pick up. Take that power core to the back of spawn and pull out your gauntlet, release the dragon, and he will give the power core to Nikolai. At this point, make your way over to Sophia in Dragon Command again. She'll have more dialogue, then she'll break free and fly away, revealing a metal grate you can stand on to start the boss fight. But don't do it yet. We're at the point where you'll need to get your in-plane sight gobblegum and a shield or anything else that you may need. In solo, step on the grate and it will open, dropping you down. In co-op, everyone in your game needs to stand on it. When you make it to the boss arena, press this button in the center and the fight will start. There are 2 different fights to complete, and the first one is going to have you fight a dragon. It's super simple. Nikolai will help you by firing harpoons at the dragon every time it lands. When the dragon lands, it will also breathe fire everywhere and certain areas will be unaffected. When running through the fire, pull out your shield because you will not be damaged. Nikolai's harpoons will open up 3 different spots on its scales that are weak points, and you'll need to shoot them until the dragon recoils very noticeably. The catch to this is there's only going to be 1 weak point at a time. First the armpit, then the belly, and finally the neck in that order. After getting the neck, the dragon will die and a mini cutscene will play. When it ends, you'll be fighting Nikolai. As soon as you're able to move, pop in plain sight and Nikolai will not be able to attack you. This frees you to shoot his 4 power cores. 2 of them are visible on his face and the other 2 are not, but are located on his head in each corner. When you shoot at all 4, a 5th one will open up underneath him and you'll need to destroy that one as well. After doing so, he will fall to the ground and the cutscene will start to play. And congratulations on doing the Gorod Krovi Easter egg. You'll be given the Love and War achievement for doing this Easter egg also. I want to thank all of you for watching, and I hope that this guide helped you out if you were struggling. If I missed anything or you're still struggling on a certain step, let me know down in the comments and I'd love to help. My next video is going to be the Revelations Easter egg guide. Have a great day. Bye.